Welcome back to my crafting world. This is Anna. Guys, I have a process video for you today. It's really fast, like literally really fast. It will be matching the purse that I shared in a previous video with you guys. So I am using the passages, Blue Fern passages. I have half a sheet left, guys, and it's gonna match the purse. So I'm gonna use some silver and probably some pearls, and I will probably use some of the trim, the Dollar Tree trim. And this is the back of the purse that I had shared with you guys. So I had this left over. This is all I have of that paper pad. So I'm going to be using about 2 inches of this. I wanted a little extra something for my partner. So I'm working on a different swap as well, and it's kind of office themed. So I thought, well, let me make something for this partner first. So, and guys, this is not my original idea. I saw someone else make it, and I don't know who it is because I watched a lot of videos. But anyway, I am going to be using this Dollar Tree sign. These are the fall ones. You know, they have them every season. So I'm going to be using that. What I'm going to be making is a nameplate, a desk nameplate. And I have already made one. And all I need is my partner's name right here. I'll probably cut it out in gold, and then probably cut some foam to raise the name up. And this is the way that this one turned out, and I like it. Oh my gosh, I really like it. So I thought, well, let me make my other partner one. So I went and I got a couple of these Dollar Tree, you know, decor signs. And this one, maybe because of the plastic, it's not like standing up. So let me give you a couple of tips if you plan to make one of these. So when you pick your box, make sure that your corners are even, because you know, Dollar Tree, not everything is made equal. So like this one is extended out a bit. I didn't even look at that, but when I was making the first one, I thought, well, it would have helped if I had gotten one that was nice and square. The next thing I did was I opened it up, and then I removed this hanging piece on the back. And all I did was take, you know, just take something, and it comes off pretty easily. There we go. Now it's up to you if you want to leave this on here. I personally did not, because once you hang it, it may go sideways depending on where your weight is at. So I took off this front sheet of whatever it is that they use to wrap this with, and it's got a plastic, like a plastic coating on the top. That's why I wanted to remove it, because I don't want the paper to come off at a later date. But when I did that, my box kind of fell apart. So I had to glue it back together, and all I did was put a bead of glue on all the seams all the way around. So here on the corners, at the bottom, and these corners as well, so that it would hold together. That's all I did. So for this next one, before I take the existing paper off, which is this one, I am going to go ahead and glue all the edges before I take that paper off. Now to make it quicker, I have already done that. So here's the one that I'm going to use for this next nameplate. And I'm probably going to have to sand these down a little bit, because they see how they extend, and I've already put glue on there, so that's not going to come apart. So the glue is already on here, and because I don't want it to fall apart. So what I did was just remove the paper, and I'll show you that plasticky. Okay, so see that plastic coating that it has on the top of the paper. I want to make sure my paper is going to stick on there. That's why I removed this. Okay, so it doesn't, I mean, it's not hard to remove. It removes fairly easy. So I'm going to continue to remove the paper, and I'll be right back. So I like the fact that my box didn't fall apart. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some, this is some Distress Oxide Faded Jeans, and I am going to, I wish I had had a different blue, but I'm going to hit the ends or the edges with this faded blue all the way around, just to hide that white color. You could, I mean, sand down all your block if you wanted to, but yeah, I don't want to. So I'm going to ink my edges up, and I may sand this down a little bit. So I'm going to sand this down a little bit. It was more hairs than I wanted. All right. There, that is enough of that. So let me tell you what I cut my strips at. So I cut my strips for the top. I'm going to layer it 2 times the way I did this one. So for this top strip right here, as you can see, it almost covers the entire surface. You can see a little bit of the blue edge, but that's why I colored it blue, because I knew we were, you know, it's not as straight as it could be. So, so just measure your box and see what size you need. This one is actually 1 7/8. So I took my glue and I put glue on the box itself. I didn't put glue on the paper. And then I gave it a nice even coat with my finger. I want the entire surface to stick. And I'm using tacky glue because it's going to give me a little more time to even things out. Okay, so I'm going to put this one, and as you can see, I've inked the edges as well. I'm just going to place it down, get it as even as I can. So 1 7/8 by 12 is what I cut this one at. I guess I could have gone like maybe 1/16 of an inch wider. So like I said, you know, make sure you, you should definitely measure your, you know, your wood block. I'm sorry guys, I know I sound a little nasally, but my allergies are so bad right now. Now I am lightly burnishing this because I don't want my paper to move. I want it to stay down right where I put it. Okay, so that one is done. And then for my sides, I cut 1 1/4 by 12. Before I put that one down, I am going to cut this off. Right there. Make it a little more even, hit it again. Yeah. I'm going to cut, I'm going to glue these down. Now all I need to do is glue these edges. There we go, guys. Glued down. That's my base color. Now here's my strip. My strip, I cut 1/4 inch smaller. So 1 5/8 by 11 3/4 is what I cut it at. Or 11 3/4. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm probably going to put some foam on it. So I'm probably going to cut a piece of foam like I did this one to raise it up a little and then glue it down. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to embellish it, and then I'm actually going to put a name on this one because I know my partner's name already, and you can see what it looks like with the name on there. So I'll be back, and this is the name that I put on the nameplate. And all I did was I put some bling here. I wanted it to match the little bag. So I used pearls, and I used some bling at the bottom and the top, a little cluster of flowers, a seam binding bow, some of the skeleton leaves, and I put a little doily at the bottom. And on the top, I went ahead and used that trim, the Dollar Tree trim, because I used that one on the purse as well. So I wanted it, again, all to match. And then I put a tiny cluster of flowers right there. And that is what it looks like. This is what the inside looks like. Yeah, like I said, just don't forget to glue that down before you start, and you should be fine to peel off the paper. You can leave that paper on there, but I don't know how well it's gonna, you know, adhere to whatever you're trying to glue down. So there we go, guys. Easy peasy. The structure is already made for you. All you have to do is cover it up, embellish it, put a name on there, and we are good to go. All right, everyone, I hope this has been inspiring, and you give it a try. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Y'all have a great day.